money.
Oh, they have a house. They're retired. They have 1.5 mil in the bank. They should be doing fine. No, they're like children.
Movies.
Resurrection was god-awful. I mean, you knew it would be when Michael Myers got his butt kicked by Busta Rhymes.
Cool.
Politics.
Republican Walmart shirts that say, I was born in November. I was born on a Monday. And if you don't like that, you can f*** off.
Yeah.
Advice for men.
There's a guy who proposed at a restaurant, and I was like, please reject him.
Oh.
That would brighten my day so much.
Sex.
Just do it rough.
Sounds great to me.
Sounds really good to me.
This is LARKTOPIA Faction.
You just graduated
Yes.
last year.
In August.
And you're working now, living at home. And now you've got some in the pocket.
I do have making enough to be independent now, which is a cool feeling.
That heat got super hot quick. Okay. And you're making some on the side too.
Yeah, I'm working the graveyard shift, which pays insanely high.
Right. And that's great. The only thing is you have to sleep during the day and work all night. Do you have problems with sleeping or anything like that?
Not often. I mean,
Okay.
I try at least get like 6 hours a day.
Okay.
I mean, there are times though where I'll get like 4, and I just try to keep myself busy with stuff.
Yeah. Because I always need 9 hours of sleep for some reason, which is bullshit. I wish I could operate on like 4, like Bill Clinton and other CEOs who, Elon Musk and various other deranged CEOs, or even the stories of Trump snorting Adderall to power himself through the day. Even if he wasn't snorting it, he might have been taking Adderall. But Adderall is very common as Diet Coke and Adderall is the CEO daily cocktail.
Really?
Plus Ambien at night to sleep. Because they can't, they're all jacked up on fumes. So, while you can grind out these exhausting jobs, like yours is going to be exhausting mentally because you deal with these psychos.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a whole nother bone to pick about food customers.
Customer service industry, especially with food, is just, it could be weird sometimes. People can be very entitled in particular.
There's something about food that's worse than any other, because that's the one thing I've never done was like restaurants, because I've done all sorts of horrible retail jobs.
It's not fun.
And yeah, the people when they get around, they have this, it's like the one primal instinct to enslave happens at restaurants when they sit down, and their breadsticks need to be the way they want it, and if that egg touched that pancake, even they want them on the same plate, but if they touch, you're sending it back. This is your fault. So you're gonna see that,
because it's like they know if you talk back to them, you're probably going to be fired.
right?
Or at least talked to by your manager.
People love to abuse that power.
It sucks.
Right.
Really.
And I like, you don't have to be, the greatest customer in the world. It's just common courtesy. There's something happens with and you might find that the older generations are worse than the younger ones.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
By far.
Okay. At the restaurants. So we got that.
I feel bad because sometimes I feel a little judgmental because like whenever I'm like I have a new customer coming in, I see they're old. Sometimes I'm like, oh crap.
You're gonna start profiling.
But I know that's not cool to do. But I mean, most like I'd say like 7 out of the 10 times they're kind of entitled and disrespectful. But other times they're really nice. So I can't put everybody in one group. But there's like that instinct in me. It's like, oh crap, I'm gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, yeah.
For
something
silly.
Customers will like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Do you have that Terminator, that RoboCop heads-up display that's like senior citizen entitlement activate?
Yeah.
That
was the Terminator 3 voice options. Fuck off, asshole.
Warning. Karen alert.
Yeah. If you see a shirt that says one of those ultra Republican Walmart shirts that say, I was born in November. I was born on a Monday. And if you don't like that, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you get that contingent down there. But,
oh, yeah.
Okay.
We get a good mix of everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
We get to see the worst side of everybody.
Right. Right.
Definitely on my end, working at a hospital
Yeah.
as a valet, especially on the overnights.
So you got people who are stressed out already because of the health situation of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, luckily my hospital, I just mostly get a lot of the cranky pregnant ladies.
Okay, so it's not all like insane. If it's in a real emergency, they'll come in an ambulance.
They'll run through the ambulance bay or they'll run through the ER. I mean,
Right.
like, I've seen 3 gunshot wounds, and I've seen what happens when a
Oof.
kid eats a Tide Pod.
Wait,
Tide Pod
a
was-
kid or
Wait,
kitty?
really?
A kid.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, why else
Okay.
would a kid be gray and he's foaming blue and green at the mouth?
Ugh.
Yeah, that'll kill you quick. Like,
Oh yeah, because
right?
that stuff interacts with the mucus in your stomach area.
Ugh.
Okay. And it just starts eating away at your stomach, right?
Yeah, like again, it also causes like that stuff turns like whatever liquid touches it into soap. So all the saliva and stuff down your windpipe and all the mucus there is going to be all soapy.
Okay.
Working at a hospital, do you see weird stuff like that pretty regularly?
I've
is that
seen a
kind of
dude
like-
go in there just because he couldn't get a ring off of his finger. That was apparently stuck on there for a few hours. There was a Tide Pod guy, a dog bite or two.
You might see some ODs. driving
Yeah,
through
that's
there
I've seen.
at night.
No, even like midday, I've seen that too.
Yeah. I think everyone's had a chance to like hide at home and learn what they're either double down on being an idiot or learn what they're going to learn.
Yeah.
And that's good or bad. You might like be either finding good, like self-improving, or self-destructing. You know, some people have chosen to like go a little crazy because I know their bars and their sports were taken away and all that.
Not even just that. One of my favorite voice actors in the anime community, Kirby Morrow, who you strangely kind of look like from a distance.
I don't know who that is.
Kirby Morrow was he voiced Goku in like some of the first English dubs of Dragon Ball Z. He was
Oh,
also
I know
in
him.
Inuyasha. A lot of Canadian animation.
Uh-huh.
But what happened with Kirby was once COVID shut down all the conventions and stuff, apparently he was abusing more alcohol and drugs, or I think it was mostly alcohol. Then he lost his father, and he basically OD'd, and it killed him, unfortunately.
And that was recently.
That was in November of 2020.
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, and
It's horrible.
There's a few guys and girls that disappeared because either at first they were really paranoid about the virus, and then they realized they kind of maybe needed time to just be reclusive, depending on if you're on the extrovert or introvert spectrum.
Right.
And I'm super introverted, so I do really well alone. So I loved it. I was like hiding. I was getting all this work done at home. And I was like, I'll go out and meet anyone whenever they're ready and play golf and whoever's ready to like come out of the woodwork, which people are now. But there was a lot of people that were having trouble handling the situation. So,
Oh yeah.
and even like who my parents knew, people that you would think, oh, they have a house, they're retired, they have at least 1.5 mil in the bank, they should be doing fine. No, they're like children, like babies, like the mentality of an infant. And the only reason they get away with it is they have this like financial cushion, because obviously they had the last 50 years.
To prepare.
You couldn't have even made a mistake even if you tried in the last 50 years. You had to be really an idiot to not at least have your life together a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Barring any like mental illness that you can't control or whatever, but
Right.
there was no barrier of entry into the job market at all. Now there's an extra 6 billion people on Earth, all competing for your voice work, for your job, for and at the same time, Hollywood is kind of collapsing in this weird traditional Hollywood.
Yeah.
So
YouTube's kind of taking over most of like the entertainment.
right,
Because I talk to a lot of my friends. None of us watch cable television anymore.
No.
It's all streaming. It's all YouTube. We watch some movies sometimes, but no one's really that into movies that I know anymore.
right,
So that's kind of interesting to see where that's going, but
yeah.
good or bad.
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird to predict like where's this going to go, because I feel like it was YouTube a lot. Now it's like Twitch streaming or streaming in general, and that's something I don't have an interest in at all.
No.
But it's kind of weird to see, because I feel like voice work is going to increase more than go away, you know? Because I think a lot of people have always loved animation.
Right.
I grew up in a generation, I think we all did, where there was really good cartoons. People are really getting into anime now. It's more of lots of like a geek nerd thing, and more people are just pretty open about liking anime.
People who grew up as fans are now becoming the creators.
Yeah.
In a way, and it's they know how to treat a property right, like they're going into it, so to speak.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of the industry is kind of losing touch really quick with what people want. Because there's all these shows that everyone's like, this is garbage, why is this on here? But then there's like a show that could get greenlit that everybody loves, but they just ignore it or don't do anything with it. And they're like,
the pilot stage.
Why? You guys are just tossing money out of here. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of behind the scenes that prevents that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Which Twitter's, as soon as a competitor, Twitter, comes along that's remotely legitimate, Twitter's going to die.
Yeah.
I hate Twitter.
You know what's funny is someone suggested going back to MySpace as a better place.
Is MySpace still running?
Yeah, it's on, and they, you know the story of that where Tom, he sold it for $250 million in 2006.
Yeah.
And immediately, Facebook overtook.
Took over.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It was like a bad investment by the company that bought them. But they tried to rebrand themselves as like the social media musician's choice.
Really?
Yeah. So every time you go on there, it's like a musician showcase or something.
Huh.
Somebody was like, it said something funny like, I think I might head back to MySpace at this point. But it's like, we just need some more, because YouTube is going to get
They're running themselves in the
compromised.
ground.
It's already
Soon.
being compromised because you know stuff people like to watch is now being labeled for kids, so you can't share it, you
Right.
can't add it, you can't comment on it, and whoever's monitoring that doesn't do a good job because I've seen Happy Tree Friends labeled as for kids, and that's definitely not for
That's
kids.
right.
The CEO of YouTube, what's her name? It's like Susan Wojcicki or something like that. I heard someone say this. I thought it was really funny. They said that it's like someone's mom running YouTube. She has no idea what she's
That's the woman
doing.
that awarded herself the Freedom of Speech Award
Where she's
by
censoring
YouTube,
everybody.
hosted by YouTube, presented by YouTube, and then awarded to YouTube.
That's
And then
so
she
stupid.
sat there in a Zoom call by herself, and she saying, and the winner is us. I do accept this award. And it's like, that's going to kill you.
Yeah.
That's going to kill your industry real quick, because as soon as there's a platform to jump off to.
That video had like millions of dislikes and like maybe a couple thousand likes. It was
Right.
funny to see the
I
ratio.
haven't seen
Everyone's
anything
like
that bad
talking
since
about.
the Ghostbusters reboot trailer.
People
Or
were not happy
you know
about
the
that.
Justice League trailer
Oh,
that Warner Brothers just uploaded.
They got ratioed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Should
Yeah.
be bad.
Yeah. So, what's going on with BitChute? Is that's
BitChute.
they upload videos to BitChute that YouTube censors, but
Huh.
I never even heard of that.
they don't have this. They don't have the social presence.
Oh, is that like where you see a link where it's like something bit.ly?
That might be Bitly. No, that might
Okay.
not be BitChute. There's Bitly.
I don't know if that was related in any way.
Yeah, maybe.
I got nothing.
Maybe.
I'm so far behind. I'm not even on TikTok because I hate TikTok with a passion.
I just don't want anything to do with it.
Well-
It's not my thing anymore.
Vine, remember Vine?
I loved Vine.
Yeah, Vine was good.
See, I feel like if I was younger, I'd probably like TikTok. It's
But-
just not my thing anymore.
Vine comedians
We're great.
were great.
They're successful now.
Yeah. And TikTok is not representative of that. They don't have that comedy angle. They have the cringe angle.
Yeah.
a lot of cringe.
Right.
It's kind of weird to see Vine comedian like the Logan and Jake Paul. Now he's like a pseudo boxer that just tries to fight people. And
Right.
most of them are obviously fake fights, but now he's like trying to challenge Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
That's interesting to see that evolution of like that from
Right.
now. It's like I don't know how that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fighting has always been about like how much money they can raise.
Oh yeah.
For how hyped up it is,
Mm-hmm.
and like when
McGregor and Mayweather,
or even Pacquiao Mayweather in 2015, and it ended up being the most boring fight because Mayweather is a very boring fighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He plays for the long game. He tries to wear you down.
Right. So money. Okay,
Money.
this is one of the things I want to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.